Hey, and welcome to the first appearance of the week by JTT Comics. We're going to go over all the first appearances that came out this week. There's 7 in total. I'll let you know about their coolness and about their worth specking on. So without further ado, let's see the first appearances of the week. In 7th place this week, we have Werewolf by Night #1, which has the first appearance of Dr. Necromancer. Now, this is a one-shot. It's only the one issue. They're not continuing it as of now. And he's like a evil-type scientist that's a supernatural scientist that's in the issue. There's really not much about him. He's in this issue. I don't think there's going to be much going forward. He wasn't really that cool in my opinion, so I have him last in the list. Although this issue was kind of cool with the black and white, with the Werewolf by Night, and with the Elsa Bloodstone. So it was a pretty decent issue, but him as a character, there's nothing worth specking on. So I can say you could probably pass this one, and he comes in 7th this week. In 6th place, we have World's Finest Teen Titans #1, which has the first appearance of Toy Boy, who has an obsession with Wonder Girl. Now, basically, he's only a obsessive fan, so he's just obsessed with her, and he has some supernatural powers, but he plays a main focus in this issue, and he's a main antagonist in this issue, but I believe he's a one-off, and we probably won't see him again. Funny issue, funny character. He uses powers to attack them, so it reminds you of something you would see in Teen Titans Go. So he was interesting there, but I rank him low because we probably won't see him again. Not much spec value, and especially in this series that's not one of DC's main series. But it was entertaining, and I recommend giving a read if you haven't, because Mark Waid's pretty entertaining. So that was Toy Boy, sorry. In 5th place this week, we have Spine-Tingling Spider-Man #0. Now, this was originally released on Marvel Unlimited, so you can read this if you have a Marvel Unlimited subscription, and they printed the first couple issues. It's also a $10 comic, so it's on the pricier side there. And this issue has the first appearance of Sleep Stellar, a very creepy guy that attacks Spider-Man in his dreams. He's very creepy, as you can see, and he plays a main focus. Although I do not think we'll see him much after this because it's a Marvel Unlimited, they really don't do much with him, so I think he's only going to be appearing here. But he's pretty creepy, and it was pretty intriguing, so it makes me want to go back and read the other ones in Marvel Unlimited. But other than that, there's not much spec with him. But the creepy factor is pretty cool, and the fact that he's, Spider-Man with dreams you don't really see very often. It's kind of got a Sandman vibe to it, so that was pretty cool there. So they're releasing issue #1 soon, and this was just a couple of them for the first issue. Now, #4 on the list is Obi-Wan Kenobi #1, which has the first appearance of Reva. Now, this is basically an adaptation straight from the first episode of Kenobi, so if you read it, there's no picking this up. But because this is Star Wars, and usually Star Wars had this a big market for the first appearances, and Reva, even though she wasn't that popular on the show, people might pick this one up because it's her first appearance in comics. So I have it as a spec value, not really by coolness. #3 on the list is Batman Gargoyle of Gotham #1, which has the first appearance of Graytoon. Now, this is a Black Label series, so it's a little more violent than you would get in a Batman issue, so he's pretty violent, and that's him right there. He's very creepy looking. He's got a lot of blood on him, and that's Graytoon. We see him in this issue. We don't know a lot about him, so you'll have to read issue #2 to get there, but I love the art in this issue. I love the goriness. A darker Batman is always good, and he was pretty cool, and he beats Batman up pretty bad, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him again, and this was a great issue overall. This was probably the best issue I read this week, so definitely pick this one up. #2 on the list, we have Alligator Loki #1. Now, this is another Marvel Unlimited property. It was on there first, and this is basically just a silent issue. Just has art in it and everything, and it is the first appearance of Alligator Loki. So if you remember him from Loki, the TV show, he appeared in there. So I think that this is his first comic appearance. It has pretty decent spec value, considering a lot of people may not be picking this one up, and also that the fact that it's silent, it's just art, a lot of people gravitate towards that, and it's a version of Loki, so if you collect Loki variants, this one would be picked up, it'd be interesting to pick up too. So I think this one's definitely a good one to spec on. So there you go, and the factor that it's silent makes it also cool too. So Alligator Loki comes in But #1 on my list is Batman #1, the facsimile reprint. It's got the first appearance of Joker, and it's got the first appearance of Catwoman. Now, I love facsimiles, and I love them even more when they reprint Golden Age facsimile. Batman #1 is just one of the best comics out there, and the fact that it has these 2 first appearances in it of these classic characters, and the fact that this is an issue that's going to be sought after, and this can definitely go for $20 in the future. So it's definitely good to be specking on this one. And it's cool. I mean, if you're a fan, who's not a fan of Batman #1? Who's not a fan of the first appearance of the Joker? So, and it has the whole ads and everything. If you're not familiar with it, it prints the whole ads, the whole issue like it was in 1941. So this is just so cool. I loved reading it. I love facsimiles, and the fact that we get the I've been waiting for a long time for Batman #1. The fact that we're getting it now is awesome. So definitely worth. This is the coolest first appearance of the week and the coolest spec on this list. So very nice, and also has the back. I love the back Golden Age reprinted. So Batman #1 is the first appearance of the week and the coolest pick this week.